Welcome to my show, Everyday People. And I am your host, Sahara. And today I have a very, very special guest. And thank you for tuning in every single week. I really, really appreciate those of you who tune in every single week. I really appreciate it. So today's guest is Miles, and Miles is a business owner, and he owns a dispensary, and we're gonna talk about his dispensary. We're gonna talk about his business, and there's a lot to talk about. Um, there's a lot to talk about, so I am going to basically contact Miles, and we are going to have a conversation about his business and what he does. So here we go. So I'm gonna call him, and we're gonna have a live phone call with Miles about his business. All right, so here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna have him on speaker, and we're gonna talk about his dispensary, how long he had it for, how long he's been running it for. Hi, Miles. So you're on live right now. So I have you on the live, and we are, yes. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, my name is Miles. I'm a 33-year-old entrepreneur, currently working right now as we speak at a dispensary we own called the Bag House. What's going on? How you doing? Actually, I'm going to take care of a customer right now. Could you give me a couple seconds?
Okay, Yella, go ahead. You go ahead and take your customer, and I'm gonna continue on with the show.
Okay.
And all right. So as I was telling you, Miles, this is he owns a dispensary, and it's a black owned dispensary, and we're gonna talk about that. How long he had it for. So when he gets back from taking care of his customer, he's working right now. And thank you all of you for tuning in to Everyday People, my show. And today's guest is very, very special. And we have a lot to talk about. And we're going to talk about, because, a lot of people own dispensaries. And now a lot of people are coming into, are opening up, or becoming a part of the marijuana industry, and it's like different cultures that are coming into it. But we're gonna talk about how the black culture was the first to be in the marijuana business, right, Miles?
Yeah, that's definitely.
I want to
That's
really talk
absolutely
about
correct.
that. Like, yes. So let's talk about that. You are black owned, right?
Yes, black owned. My brother is the owner. Um, he's been black owned since about 2020, like around like right before COVID had hit. That's
Yes.
when he opened up his first shop, and luckily he survived the pandemic. And fortunately enough, he has two shops now. So
Congratulations.
thank.
And where's the locations of the dispensaries so everybody
Uh,
can know?
the first location is on McNichols and Grand River.
Yes.
And this location is right here on Joy Road in Evergreen.
And that's the location that you're working at.
Yes, that's
And
correct.
tell us a little bit more about that. Like, how long did it take to set it up and, to put it together? And the process, was it tedious?
From my understanding, it definitely didn't happen overnight. It was a process, and it was a little, anything worth having is going to be tedious, and it's not going to be easy to come
Right.
across. But I really couldn't give you like the logistics on the breakdown of it because I'm not the owner. I just work here. It's my.
Right. But you're a part of the family, right?
Right, of course.
So you're a part owner too, you could say.
Not, I don't take credit for other people's,
Wow, that's amazing. Yes.
whether it's family or not. I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm the owner. It's just not me. I'm not gonna do that. I can't do
Right.
that.
Right. And tell us, like, I want to talk more, like, how people, like, are getting into, like, the industry, like, the marijuana industry. and one of the first people to come in the to or to have their hands on marijuana was like especially like in Detroit. Like let's talk about Detroit, like how it's ran in Detroit.
I mean, I mean, well, could you elaborate more on like what do you mean by that? Like, do you want to know like how did it first start? Like,
Yes, yes. We want everyone to know how you started.
I couldn't really tell you how the shop started, but I can tell you how the industry started here in Michigan.
Yes, go ahead. Talk to us about that.
I mean, marijuana was first. When I remember about it, I was in high school. That was probably like 2010, 2011. That's when they came out with the medical marijuana, and then it went on for I would say probably like another decade, maybe 5 to 6 years, and then that's when they legalized it. Period, and made it recreational. Hey, what's going on? Another customer just walked in.
All right. So Miles has another customer that came through, but before marijuana was legal, it wasn't legal before the marijuana legal cards, and when that came through, when and then it went from marijuana cards to recreational, and we're gonna explain Miles. I'm gonna have Miles explain to you what recreational means for those of you who don't know what that means. But I'm gonna explain to you my understanding of recreational. And recreational is like anybody could use it. It could be for medical uses, and it could be like it could be for just for yourself if you want to use it or not. And it became available to everybody in Michigan, and this is his dispenser. His dispenser is a recreational facility, and it's on Joy Road. One of the facilities is on Joy Road, and that's the facility that I'm familiar with. And they have really, and we're gonna talk about like the different strands that they have, that come through the store. We're gonna talk about the pricings of the different weeds that they have, the different grades like sativa, indica, and the different grades of weed. And we're going to talk about that when Miles gets back. But we're going to talk about the recreational purposes. And there's like a lot of people out here that don't think like marijuana can help you like holistically, on a holistic level. And it's something that people not just use for recreational but also like health purposes. Like I know for me it's for like health purposes, like to ease away like pain, because I move around a lot, and for like muscle pain and things like that. And it really helps, and it just like soothes and calms down the nerves. And that's a lot of it has like a lot of beneficial values to it. And I know my uncle had an uncle Mikhail. He had cancer, and it cured his cancer. So there's like a lot of benefits that come from marijuana use. And I'm not a medical doctor or anything like that, but I do my own research on the subject matter, and I see how it helped like so many people. So it's not just something that you use just to smoke, just to smoke, but it actually does help you because it grows from the earth. I mean, how can something that grows from the earth not be beneficial to you? It's like anything. It's like fruits or vegetables. Miles?
Yeah, yes, I'm back.
All right, so Miles is back with us. So I was just giving a little background information. But why don't you explain to us recreational? So that's where we stopped, recreational. For those viewers who don't understand what recreational means, I gave them my meaning. What is your interpretation on recreational?
Recreational means anybody can buy it. You don't have to have you don't have to have a marijuana card. You don't have to be a patient.
Right. And your the place in Joy Road on Joy Road is recreational, right?
Yes.
So anybody can walk in and buy.
Walk in with a valid ID stating that you are 21 years of age, and I am allowed to service you.
All right. And what kind of strains do you guys get? Like, do you guys get like sativas, hybrids, indicas?
Sativas, indicas, hybrids, mostly hybrids though. Like that's what it seems like. Everybody just wants hybrids now. A lot of people don't really know scientific, forms behind marijuana. They just want to quote unquote get high.
Right.
So.
So why don't you tell us? Why don't you tell us? Give us some information to our viewers.
I mean, I can sit here and talk for hours about that.
Well, we have another 35 minutes to go.
It would take about way longer than 35 minutes if we just sit here and talk about that. So.
Well, let's talk about it briefly for the viewers who are tuning in and they're new to marijuana and want to know about like the different strands.
I don't even know where to begin. Like, I mean, if I would talk to somebody that never smoked marijuana,
right,
I would tell them, go into a dispensary and ask for their house blend. House blend is mostly, I won't say it's trash weed, but it's not really potent. Like, it's gonna have a very low THC percentage.
Right.
So you won't really be that high, but you'll feel something.
Right. So the house blend is for the first time users who don't want to experiment with like high THC levels.
Right, like exotic strands, more like runts and cookies and all the strands like that.
Oh, the exotics also, there's exotics like with low percentages.
Yes. No. It's no. It wouldn't be considered an exotic if it had a low percentage. That's why it's considered an exotic marijuana strand because of the potency of the THC.
Oh yeah, well Liela, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the exotics, cause that's what I'm into. I'm into the exotics. So there's like the house blend, and now we're talking about the exotics.
Exotics is you're gonna pay for it. It's gonna look real good. It's gonna smoke real good. It's gonna taste good. It's not even really gonna. You may forget that you're smoking marijuana, or even if you take an edible, you might not even know you're taking an edible with THC in it until it hits you.
Oh yes. And the different percentages, like what kind of high do you get from the different percentages?
I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. I mean, marijuana affects everyone differently, so I really couldn't tell you how you're gonna feel.
Right. Oh, so each person has like a different experience.
Yes.
And would you say like how would you compare the high, like how would the high be for those who never got high before? You know what I mean? And want to try it for the first time. What does it feel like? Like it should be? Should they be scared?
No, you won't be scared at all. You probably just be real relaxed, kind of, dazed. Probably go to sleep, get hungry. That's about it.
I was telling him that my uncle, I have an uncle, he had cancer and he used marijuana and he cured his cancer by just using marijuana.
Yeah.
And
marijuana has been shown to cure some forms of cancer.
yes.
I mean, that was one of the big reasons why it got, legalized federally because, they started using it on cancer patients, even children.
Even children.
And, because when you have cancer and then chemo and all stuff like that, it's really bad for you. And then all these pain medications that they give you, it's not good for you. And then you become addicted to them. Well, why not just, smoke marijuana or ingest marijuana for the pain? But it's natural.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's natural and it grows from the earth like any type of vegetable.
It comes out the earth.
Right.
Now, granted, us as humans, we found a way to scientifically tweak it and make different strands and this and that, and figured out a way to make it more potent. But it naturally grows out the earth.
It naturally grows out the earth like any type of fruit that you eat.
Exactly.
And that's one thing. Like I never understood why it was illegal before. It didn't make any sense.
They know how to put a tax on it. That's all that was. They didn't. They just figured out how to put a tax on it. That's all it is now.
Profit.
It's all profit. They figured out how. Okay, we can make money off of it. Yeah, let's legalize it. Same thing with the prohibition era in the 1920s with liquor.
Right. You sure know your history, Miles. Okay, so why don't you stay on the phone and I'm going to go through a commercial break and
Okay.
I'll be back with just stay on the line. I'm just gonna say and you can hear it and everybody can hear it. All right, you are watching Everyday People Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to follow. Don't forget to share and comment because we can see your comments. And don't forget to hit the notification button because every time we go live, you will be one of the first ones to see it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, WJZZ. And thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. أعزائي المشاهدين شكرا لمشاهدة Everyday People على قناة WJZZ Cool TV. وهلا هلا 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 للكل. يلا تابعونا. Again, we're going to be continuing the interview with Miles. And Miles basically is at a dispensary, and he works at a dispensary, and he's going to talk about right now the culture of the weed, the culture of marijuana.
The culture of marijuana.
How has the culture changed throughout the years?
Well, I mean, I'm only 32 years of age, so I mean, I've always consumed. The first time I consumed marijuana was smoking a blunt.
Was smoking a blunt? How old were you? Yalla, we need to know how old you were when you first took your first blunty.
I was very young. I don't want to influence anybody or steer anyone in the very wrong direction. But yeah, I was a lot younger than I should have. Wait till you're grown to smoke marijuana. Let your brain fully develop.
Right. I was an oldie. I was like 20. I was like 29, 30 years old when I smoked my first hashish.
Nah, I was way younger. I was still in school.
You were still in school? I never knew it existed. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know. I was always afraid to try it and when I was going to college. But when I finished college and I like graduated and started my business, that's when I started venturing with hashish, with weed. Okay, so Miles,
Yes.
let's talk about the business. So somebody wants to come to the store and they want to buy hashish. So what do you tell them?
I pretty much, would ask them what they're looking for. Is it a specific strain they're looking for?
Yes.
How much are you trying to spend? And kind of just go from there.
Is that like a big thing? Like how much you're gonna spend? Do most people go for the exotics?
Not really. See, exotics are more like catered to a certain different type of crowd. Because, like I said, it's more of an expensive strain.
Right.
So you have to pay for it. So
Right.
you have to. A certain type of people only smoke exotic weed.
So who are those type of people?
It's kind of like expensive wines, champagnes.
Okay. See, I don't know nothing about wine. You gotta explain to me. You gotta break it down, Miles.
For instance, I'm trying to give you the best example. I'm pretty sure. Okay, here's Sutter Home. Everybody knows Sutter Home wine, right? Or barefoot wines, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure on a day-to-day, they make more sales than let's say, Ace of Spades.
Uh-huh.
Because Sutter Home costs $5, $6 a bottle,
Uh-huh.
whereas Ace of Spades costs $300 a bottle.
Oh. So Ace of Spades is more expensive, but the Barefoot is like cheaper, is like a cheaper brand.
Right. It's catered for everyone to be able to enjoy.
But is it the same quality?
No, not at all. Not even, no.
You can tell the difference.
Yes, it's definitely a big difference.
And it's the same thing with the weed, hashish. You can tell between the cheap, expensive weed.
And exotic marijuana strands, they they take longer to produce.
Oh, like how does it take?
Most exotic marijuana strands, like a big thing we have at our shops is we want a lot of organic grown weed because we don't want to be giving people BS to be smoking or just indulging in period.
Right.
Now, what a lot of exotics, really 90% of them, they are organic.
Oh.
Which means they're not flushed with just anything. They're not being sprayed with certain type of chemicals to make this bud look a certain type of way or smell a certain type of way.
Like they give it, they let it go through the process of growing.
Exactly.
And they let it time.
Exactly.
So the cheaper weed is because they run the process and they put in chemicals on it.
Some people do, or it's just most people that grow nowadays they use lights. They have they use neon lights to grow.
Right.
And most, I would say, like house tram weeds, they grew in their backyard or in their closet or something.
Oh.
They threw some seeds in the dirt and watered it every day. That was it.
That's it. They never give nutrition.
No.
Oh, and you can tell when you're smoking it. So how do you tell between you smoking it, the good weed and the bad weed? Like, how do you tell? Does it smoke different?
The smoke is more smooth. The taste on it. The closest comparison I can get to you smoking some bad weed is like smoking some tobacco, like smoking a Black and Mild or a cigarette.
Oh, that's a comparison to bad weed.
Yeah.
So when they say lace blunt, is that bad weed?
No, when they say lace blunt, that means you should stay away.
You stay away. So what's in it?
A lace blunt?
Yeah.
I don't know whatever they laced it with.
So it could be anything.
I'm hoping they not. Man, just stay away from lace blunt. It's just that simple.
Yalla, stay away, everybody, from lace blunts.
Everybody stay away from lace blunts. You know somebody that's in your circle, they messing with lace blunts. Get them out of circle. Very fast.
That's not what you want to smoke.
You're going to be on a steep downhill to destruction.
La la la. We don't need that. We don't that. Are you still there, Miles?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm just taking care of somebody.
Oh, tayyib. And I wanted to talk about I know we talked about the prices, we talked about the different strands, we talked about the different cultures. Let's talk about who comes to shop the most. Is it the females or the? You there, Miles? Hello? Okay, so we're just, it's okay. I believe my phone just died. And we're just going to continue the show until my phone comes back on. And it's back on right now. And we were, we just briefly, we brushed upon the different strands. It's like you can't put a lot of things in this show because it's only 15 minutes. And it's so I'm trying to get an understanding and give you all of you an understanding about weed and dispensaries and how it works and the culture behind it and here, especially here in Michigan. And Miles is gonna give you the background, but here we go. The phone finally came back on, so I'm just gonna call back, and so we can continue the conversation. This must have went off because the computer probably went off. But I'm just waiting for the phone to load. But while it's loading, I was just saying that we're gonna talk about. Yee. It looks like it doesn't want to come on today. But I'll just wait for it to come on. But anyways, let's just continue the show. But I wanted to talk about his show. I mean his shop on Joy Road. So he's on Joy Road. The dispensary is on Joy Road, and it's a recreational center. You can anybody's come in and buy weed, but you need your ID to go in and see Miles. You can see Miles, and I wanted to talk about like the different prices, or if you get deals, you go through if you go through like the show and say that you seen him on the show, if you get like a good deal or something like that. That's if we get him back on the phone. If not, we'll just have him on another episode, and have Miles on the on another episode to talk about the different deals that he can have for you if you're interested in trying something new or experimenting with marijuana. You can always try Miles weed because it's safe, and it's you don't have to worry about anything, and it's exotic. He has exotic strands. He has all types of strands, but mostly exotics. And I wanted to talk to him about like when the blunt he smokes. There's like a difference when you're smoking an exotic and smoking a cheap strand. When you're smoking an expensive one, it burns different. Like it's white on the tip of it. And when it's not good weed, it like burns dark, and that's how you know whether it's good weed or bad weed. And so I wanted to talk about that. So I got my phone to work again. So that's a good thing. And hopefully we can get him back on the line if this phone allows me to, but if not, we're just gonna continue on the show and talk about what's going on TikTok. So I'm a part of the TikTok community, and there's so many things that happen on TikTok. It's like so many things. I'll be watching like things from like most of my guests, upcoming guests are coming from TikTok. And I have like a vocalist, a coach vocalist, and she be giving like lessons on TikTok, and she be going online to my phone doesn't seem like it's gonna work today, but it's okay. I'm just gonna continue the show and talk about what's trending on TikTok and what's going on TikTok. And since most of my upcoming guests are gonna be from TikTok, and so there's one there's like a mentor like for coach voice, like voice coach. She does voice coaching on TikTok, and it's like every Mondays and Tuesdays, like she has like coach lessons where she has like different like lessons to teach you to like train your vocals, how to sing and things like that. And I'll be taking those classes with her, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. And she's a professional. She's a professor at a university. She teaches vocal lessons, and she's well known. And she's gonna be on my show one day. It's just we haven't decided on a specific day because her schedule is so busy. She teaches, she does her TikTok shows, and she has like so many followers that come on her TikTok, and they share. So we just like do like vocal lessons together, and it's really nice because there's like so many people, commenting and getting their lessons. And there's like one instance, there's like this thing where you bring a cup of water and you put a straw in it, and then you just blow in the water. You blow in the water, and it's supposed to like train your vocals from the inside and open up your airwaves. And she does like those lessons every Tuesday. And I also have been watching the presidential election. There's Miss Brittany Jones, President Brittany Jones. I also asked her to be on my podcast. I asked her a long time ago to be on my podcast when she first came out. And she's a president. She's actually a witch. And she's actually also bisexual. So she's going around and she does like TikTok sessions, and everyone knows that she's running for President Brittany Jones. And she's also another one who's also going to be on my show as well. And she's I like her. She's more like a she never really said like what campaign, like if she's like a liberal or a Democrat. She's not a Democrat or anything like that. She's running independent, I believe. And I keep watching her TikTok to see, like, where she's going with her presidential elections, and what platforms, she's reaching, and where she's going. And she's been, touring and just going all over TikTok to talk about her adventure in being and wanting to be a president for 2024 elections. And there's so many people on TikTok. It's just like the TikTok culture, and the TikTok platform is a whole different platform. It's like you can learn so many things. There's like also they also have the United Nations seminars on TikTok, and you could see those as well when they have like they have like sessions, conventions on like peace, world peace, and things like that. And there's just like so many educational things that you can see on TikTok. But there's also the entertainment and fun things. There's one thing, and you can also get paid on TikTok. So TikTok, once you produce content and you reach so many followers, you can get paid on TikTok after so many followers. And when you do a live, you could do like a live on TikTok, and you could do when you do a live, but you have to have like 1,000 followers to do a live. And once there's like people that do a live for like hours, like 5 hours, 10 hours. They just open up their camera and they're just on there, like doing like different shows and doing different things, and different content, And one thing that's really, really trending on TikTok right now is the people that like do animations of like video game animations. And it's like these girls that go on TikTok, and they dress up like a character of like a character from like a video game, and then they start mimicking like a robot, and then that they get paid per second just to do these motions. And so on the comment section, they want you like to do the cat voice or the dog voice, or and you would do it like an animation. The girls would do it in animation, and they get paid like top dollar, millions of dollars just to do animations. And that's supposed to be like the trending thing on TikTok, is like character animations. And basically it's so easy. It looks so easy. It's like they turn themselves into like robots. That's what it is. But I do apologize about the phone call. My phone just died, and it's just not going through. But there's a lot to talk about, and I just wanted to do another station break, and we can continue on with the show. And give you a summary of what happened today. For those of you who are just tuning in or just started tuning in, you are watching Everyday People Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and all top social media platforms. Make sure you like, make sure you share, you comment, and you subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button, because every time we come on live, you'll be one of the first ones to view us. You'll be one of the first ones to view us. And don't forget to again share and subscribe. And thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. أعزائي المشاهدين، شكرا لمشاهدة WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And اليوم كان عندي مايلز، فجبت مايلز على الشو، بس التلفون تبعي صار مات التلفون، فمعلش عشان مات التلفون. ف يعني لساتها في شو، يعني راح اضل احكي لاخر دقيقة، راح اضل احكي انا. So today, just to give you a little brief for those of you who just started tuning in, brief summary. So we had Miles on the show, and Miles was basically the guest of the show, and he works at a dispensary on Joy Road, and it's a dispensary that's actually recreational. Anybody can walk in. We talked about the different strands. We talked about the different culture, and having a black-owned business in Detroit, Michigan, and and just talking about like, because there's like different people, coming into the industry. We also talked about how medical. We talked about those of you who are like first time users. Miles can help you with picking out the right strand for you. If you don't want to be like too high, you just want to try it just to see what it's like. There's something called a house blend that you can get, or there. We also talked about the exotic weeds, and the exotic weeds are more expensive. And he was just comparing how the exotic weeds and the house blends, like which is the cheaper strands, are compared to each other, or like how different they are. He was comparing it to like wine, and it's just like buying wine. Weed is just like buying wine, and there's like expensive wine, and then there's cheap wine. And so there's expensive marijuana, and there's cheap marijuana, and it's just different blends that can just get you that high. But we also talked about the medical uses of medical marijuana, marijuana, recreational marijuana, how right now in hospitals they use marijuana to cure different diseases or cure different types, because when you go to the hospital and let's just say you do surgery and they put you on high like on medications like oxycodons or something like that. But there's actually an option where you can actually smoke weed, and they came to find out that marijuana actually helps with cancer, and it cures cancer. This was a part of the reason why they legalized marijuana and made it recreational, because it helps with cancer. Um, and there's so many benefits that come with it, and it grows, and it's naturally grown, like any type of food, like any type of fruit or vegetable that grows in the ground. And it's the same thing. It was just when you come to buy your weed, you got to know who you're buying it from, and if your weed has actually been taken care of or grown right or not grown right. And so we talked about the different types of growers, and the different types of people who cure weed, and sell weed and buy weed. So if you're going to buy weed, there's like the different strands, and so that's what we talked about on the show. And I came also on the show to talk about our my upcoming guests, and how I retrieved most of my upcoming guests. And thank you so much every time, every week, for watching my show and coming on the show to watch me. I really appreciate that, and for supporting my show, Everyday People. And I'm gonna have really, really exciting guests, and those guests are from mostly from TikTok. I have a coach, a vocal coach that I take classes online, not like online. It's like a TikTok. It's on TikTok, and you can. I would basically share the information, but my phone is dead. That's another reason why I can't share it. But uh, she's a vocalist. She's gonna be on the show. We just haven't decided when she's gonna be on the show, but she she's we also I also have like a couple people also lined up, not just a vocalist. I also have um a not a tarot card reader. She's more than that. She reads Akashi records. She's so good. So she goes into like your history, your childhood history, and she basically talks about like how to heal your inner child, and how to manifest things by healing yourself. And she talks about she's a really, we've been she's been really nervous to come on the show, and she's been contacting me back and forth to come on the show. But like she hasn't done a podcast before, but she has so many followers on TikTok, and so many people watch her, and she comes online, just to give like advice, like positive advice on like life, and just like clearing like your past and moving forward and feeling the present and manifesting the future. And this is the types of things that she does online, like tarot card readings, and she did a reading for me. But um, every time I go online to try to chat with her, um, she always tells everyone how nervous she is to be on the podcast. But she could be also starting her own podcast as well because she has so many followers on TikTok, and she's gonna be like. A very interesting guest to be on the show, and I also have I wanted to also bring on 10/10. I'm going to have on October 10th, 2023. I'm gonna have also Biba on the show. She's gonna talk about her history. She's gonna talk about just the different places that she traveled to. And she used to have a show on Wjzz Cool Tv, and she wants to be on my show so I can interview her about her life and what she has done. And she's also in theater, and she likes to do like theater, and just telling me the story, who she worked with and where she traveled to Paris, and just the different struggles and the different things that she had to go through. I wanted to share that with all of you and the viewers, so who keep watching us every week, because I bring like unique guests on the show, and Everyday People is about unique people who are positive and who want to share their talent with the world. And this is what Everyday People is all about. It's about individuals and businesses that come on the show to talk about themselves, to talk about the business, and they share their life experiences and their struggles and the things that they went through with all of you. And I just want to thank all of you for continuing to support my show every single week. And I'm looking forward to my upcoming episodes, to have my different guests and to share my different guests with all of you. And even though it was a short phone call with Miles, but we got to know Miles and introduce Miles and get to know him. And this was a very good episode with Miles, and hopefully he will. Well, he is gonna see this after the show is over. He's gonna see it. The things that we talked about on the show, and I'm really really excited about coming back on the show and being able to express myself and express the different things that I've been doing on social media, and just being a part of the whole community of social media has been really great for me. And it's just hopefully we'll have a big sponsor on the show. And if you would like to be a sponsor on the show, you can always contact the station WJZZ Cool TV, or you can contact this is the email if you would like to be a sponsor on the show, WJZZ radio at gmail.com. You can email the station if you would like to be a sponsor on Everyday People, and we can go from there. And thank you so much for tuning in this week and every single week. And I am your host, Sahara, and hope you enjoyed this episode. And I would play my music with my phone, and my computer is technical difficulty, but it's okay. So stay tuned until next week, and I will see you on the next episode. And make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment, and don't forget the notification button, because when you hit the notification button, you will be one of the first ones to see the live every time we post. So stay tuned till next week. Bye. Love you.